Good evening and welcome to the TUS Gaelic Grounds this evening for the Club Championship draws of 2023. We're here this evening primarily to look ahead to 2023. Of course, we had a wonderful 2022 in terms of Club Championship, and we're really looking forward to 2023. Over the course of the evening, we have draws from the Junior, Premier Junior, Intermediate, Senior in football, and we'll also have the Junior, Intermediate, Premier Intermediate and Senior Hurling Championship draws to come over the course of the evening. But we're going to kick off with the Football Championship draws, and I'm delighted to be joined firstly by Wayne Fitzgerald, who is the Chairman of the Football Board. Evening to you, Wayne.
Evening, Liam.
Welcome to the Gaelic Grounds.
Thanks very much.
Successful 2022, looking forward to 2023. Hard to believe it's come around already.
That's right, yeah. Start of it now tonight, and the County League starting in a couple of weeks' time, and we won't miss the championship, so we won't.
Looking forward to it, and of course National Football League underway as well from a footballer's point of view. But it's all about the club championships this evening, and I know you want to pay tribute to the sponsors of the championships over the course of the years.
We'd like to thank Paddy Mulville at Irish Wire Products for sponsoring our senior championship. The Griffin's coaches are Patrick for the sponsorship of the Intermediate Championship, and the Woodlands House Hotel and Spa Adair for sponsorship of our Premier Junior and Junior Championships. Their sponsorship is greatly appreciated throughout the years. It
sure is. Right, we're going to kick off then, and our first draw is for the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Football Championship. And the way it works is we have 12 teams, two groups of 6. You'll see the 12 teams in just a moment, but we have 4 seeded teams in this. Camogue Rovers, Hospital Herbertstown, Monaleen and Mungret. Camogue Rovers, Hospital Herbertstown and Mungret by virtue of making the semi-finals of last year's championship, and Monaleen, who were relegated from Premier Junior down to Junior Football Championship. So the numbers will appear on your screen for all 12 clubs there, and we will begin the draw with our 4 seeded teams. So our 4 seeded teams are Camogue Rovers, who are number 5, Hospital Herbertstown, who are number 8, Monaleen, who are number 9, and Mungret, who are number 10. So there are the 4 balls in. So Wayne, draw away.
Okay.
First team out will go to Group 1, second team to Group 2, and so on and so forth. So our seeded teams, first one out.
Number 5
is Camogue Rovers. So Camogue Rovers go to Group 1. Next team out will go into Group 2.
Number 9.
Number 9, Monaleen, by virtue of being relegated back to Junior A Football Championship, are the first team into Group 2. So next team out will go back to Group 1.
Number 8.
Number 8, Hospital Herbertstown. So Hospital Herbertstown will join Camogue Rovers, and that should leave us
number 10.
With number 10, Mungret. So Mungret and Monaleen go into Group 2. So that's the 4 seeded teams done. So the remaining 8 teams will now enter the fray. There you see Camogue Rovers, Hospital Herbertstown so far in Group 1, and in Group 2, Monaleen and Mungret St. Paul's. Now joining them in the draw will be the following numbers. Number 1 are Adair, 2 are Ahan, 3 are Ballybrick and Bohermore, 4 will be Banogue, 6 will be Castletown Ballyagran, 7 will be Fedamore, 11 Napeershig, and 12 St. Patrick's. So there are the numbers remaining, the 8 remaining teams. So Wayne, away you go. First team out now will go to Group 1 and join Camogue Rovers and Hospital Herbertstown.
Number 11.
Number 11, Napeershig. So they go to Group 1. Next team out will go to Group 2.
Number 1.
Top of the house, Adair. So Adair join Monaleen and Mungret in Group 2. Next team out?
Number 4.
Number 4 is Banogue. So Banogue go to Group 1, Camogue Rovers, Hospital Herbertstown, Napeershig and Banogue. You see the graphic there. Next team out?
Number 6.
Is number 6, Castletown Ballyagran. So they're the 4th team to go to Group 2.
Number 3.
Next team out is number 3, which is Ballybrick and Bohermore. So they're the 5th team in Group 1. Next team out, go to Group 2.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Fedamore. So Fedamore join Monaleen, Mungret, Adair and Castletown Ballygran. The final team in Group 1?
Number 2.
Ahan. So Ahan go to Group 1. And our final team in Group 2 then?
Number 12.
Number 12, St. Patrick's. So they go to Group 2. So let's run through the groups for you. If we can get Group 1 up on screen again there. And we'll see Group 1 of the Junior A Football Championship sees Camogue Rovers, Hospital Herbertstown, Napiershig, Banogue, Ballybrick and Bohermore and Ahan. And in Group 2 then of the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Football Championship, you have Monaleen, Mungret, Adair, Castletown Ballygran, Fedamore and St. Patrick's. So that concludes the draw for the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Football Championship. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Premier Junior Football Championship draw. Now, welcome back. We're ready for the Woodlands House Hotel County Premier Junior A Football Championship. We have 12 teams again, 2 groups of 6, and similar to the last one, we have 4 seeded teams. So the 4 seeded teams are as follows. Number 3 will be Bruff, number 5 are Cappamore, 6 are Croom, and 7 are Fina Kilmeedy. Bruff, of course, relegated from intermediate down to Premier Junior, and of course Fina Kilmeedy, last year's beaten finalists. The other 2 semi-finalists. So, Wayne, away you go. Draw the first team out to go to Group 1.
Number 6.
Number 6, which is Croom. So, Croom go to Group 1. Next team out.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Cappamore. So, Cappamore go to Group 2. Next team out will join Croom in Group 1.
Number 3.
Bruff. Nice bit of a local derby there between Bruff and Croom.
That's right. And number 7.
Number 7, Fina Kilmeedy join Cappamore in Group 2. So the remaining 8 teams now will enter the draw. And the numbers are as follows. As you see the teams there, Croom and Bruff in Group 1, Cappamore and Fina Kilmeedy so far in Group 2. So the 8 remaining teams to join the draw. Number 1, Athay. 2 will be Ballybrown. 4 are Kappa. 8 are Grana Ballingarry, 9 Kilteely Drumkeen, 10 Monagay, 11 Mount Collins and 12 Newcastle West. So the 8 remaining teams are in. So the first team out will join Croom and Bruff in Group 1.
Number 11, Liam.
Number 11 is Mount Collins. Next team out, go into Group 2.
Number 1.
Number 1, which is Athay. So Cappamore, Fina Kilmeedy and Athay in Group 2. Next team out, go to Group 1.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Monagay. So they're the 4th team into Group 1.
Number 8.
8 is Grana Ballingarry. So they go into Group 2. Next team out, back to Group 1.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Kilteely Drumkeen. Next one.
Number 12.
Newcastle West. In that group. Next team out are the last team in Group 1.
Number 2.
Number 2, which is Ballybrown, are in Group 1. Please tell me there's another ball.
There is, yeah. There is, yeah.
That's good.
Number 4.
Number 4, which is Kappa. So they go into Group 2. So let's recap the groups for you there then on the screen. So Group 1 sees Croom, Bruff, Mount Collins, Monagay, Kilteely Drumkeen and Ballybrown. And Group 2 sees Cappamore, Fina Kilmeedy, Athay, Grana Ballingarry, Newcastle West and Kappa. So they're the 2 groups for the Premier Junior A Football Championship, and some intriguing ties to look forward to in that. So our next draw will be the Griffins Coaches Intermediate Football Championship. We'll be back with that in another 30 seconds. Now, our next draw is the Griffins Coaches Intermediate Football Championship. And here again, we have 12 teams, 2 groups of 6, 4-seeded teams again. Drumbrodford, last year's beaten finalists, Galbally, who were relegated from senior last year, and Mungret and St. Sinans, last year's beaten semi-finalists. So, Drumculloher Broadford as finalists are number 3, Galbally are number 5, Mungret number 8, and St. Sinans number 12. So, Wayne is going to place those 4 into the drum, give it a twist, and away we go. Similar to all the rest of them, first team out go to Group 1, second team to Group 2, and so on from there. So, first team out.
Number 3.
Number 3, Drumculloher Broadford, last year's beaten finalists. Group 2 is the next team.
Number 12.
Number 12, St. Sinans. So they're the first team in Group 2. Next team going to Group 1.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Mungret. So Mungret and Drumbrodford in Group 1. So that should leave...
Number 5.
It does. Galbally and St. Sinans in Group 2. So the remaining 8 teams now are going to be added. Numbered as follows. Castlemahon, after their win in the Premier Junior last year, are number 1. Cricora will be number 2. Father Casey's are 4. Gerald Griffins are 6. Glen are 7. 9 is Palace Green. 10 Rathkeil, and 11 St. Patrick's. So they're the 8 remaining teams. See who number 6 come out here now. Gerald Griffins, Wayne is anxiously watching. Here we go. First team out.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Rathkeil. So Drumbrodford, Mungret, and Rathkeil in Group 1. Next team out of Group 2.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Cricora. So St. Sinans, Galbally, and Cricora. Next team out, go into Group 1.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Glen. Drumbrodford, Mungret, Rathkeil, and Glen. Next team out are in Group 2.
Number 11.
11, St. Patrick's. So St. Sinans, Galbally, Cricora, and St. Patrick's in Group 2. Next team out, go to Group 1.
Number 6.
Number 6. There you go, Wayne.
There you go.
Gerald Griffins, you have a nice local derby there with Glyn, I can tell you at some stage. Next team out, go to Group 2.
Number 1.
Number 1, Castlemahon. Next team out, or the last team in Group 1.
Number 9.
Number 9, Palace Green. That is some group. And the last team then into Group 2.
Number 4, Liam.
Number 4, Father Casey's. So let's recap that. What a group Group 1 is. Let's have a look at that. Drumculloher Broadford, Mungret St. Paul's, Rathkeil, Glen, Gerald Griffins, and Palace Green in Group 1. Wayne, you better not go home.
I don't think so, yeah.
And Group 2, St. Sinans, Galbally, Cricora Manister, St. Patrick's, Castlemahon, and Father Casey's. So that's the draw for the Griffins Coaches Intermediate Football Championship. We'll have the Irish Wire Products County Senior Football Championship draw in 30 seconds. Now we're back, ready for the Irish Wire Products County Senior Football Championship. And again, 12 teams in this, 2 groups of 6. 4-seeded teams again. They're the teams that reached the semi-finals of last year's competition. So Adair, beaten in last year's final, will be number 1. Father Casey's are number 5. Monaleen are number 8. And Newcastle West, the reigning champions, are number 10. So, away we go. Just Adair and Newcastle West, seen as they met in last year's final, cannot meet in the group stages. So if that does happen, we'll keep it apart, but we'll see how it goes. First team out.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Father Casey's. So they go to Group 1. Next team out.
Number 1
is Adair. So they go to Group 2. Now, if the next ball out isn't Newcastle West will still go to Group 1. So the next team out is...
Number 8.
Number 8 is Monaleen. So because Newcastle West and Adair cannot go, Monaleen now go to Group 2 of the championship. So Adair and Monaleen are in Group 2, and the final team out...
Number 10.
Newcastle West, in order to avoid themselves and Adair, last year's finalists, will be separated. So Father Casey's and Newcastle West in Group 1, and Adair and Monaleen are in Group 2. So our 8 remaining teams are number 2 Ballylanders, 3 are Ballysteen, 4 are Claghon, 6 are Galtee Gales, 7 Kildimo Pallaskenry, 9 Na Piarsaigh, 11 Ula, and 12 St. Kieran's. So no further limitations to this. Away we go. So Group 1, Father Casey's Newcastle West and
Number 4.
Claghon. Next team will join Adair and Monaleen in Group 2.
Number 9.
Number 9, Na Piarsaigh. Promoted this season, of course, are in Group 2. Next team out, go to Group 1.
Number 7.
Kildimo Pallaskenry. Join Father Casey's Newcastle West and Claghon. Next team out, go to Group 2.
Number 3.
3 is Ballysteen. So Adair, Monaleen, Na Piarsaigh and Ballysteen are in Group 2. Next team out, go back to Group 1. 15
Number
Group
11.
1. Number 11 is Ula. Next team go to Group 2.
Number 6.
Galtee Gales. And the final team now for Group 1.
Number 12.
St. Kieran's. Last team out then should be
Number 2.
Ballylanders. So let's run down through this then. A few local derbies here in Group 1 anyway. Father Casey's, Newcastle West, Claghon, Kildimo Pallaskenry, Ula and St. Kieran's. So that's Group 1 of the championship. And in Group 2, Adair, Monaleen, Na Piarsaigh, Ballysteen, Galtee Gales and Ballylanders. So that is the draw for the Irish Wire Products County Senior Football Championship, Group 1 and Group 2. Some tasty encounters to look forward to weighing across the whole lot of the football championship.
Absolutely, yeah. Good few local derbies there, Liam. And
a few gate spinners.
There is indeed. And we just want to wish every team the very best to look in the championship this year. And thank you and everyone here today for helping in the draw.
No bother. Thanks very much, Wayne. We'll be back in a minute or so when we'll have our hurling draws. Now you're welcome back to the TUS Gaelic Grounds, where we're switching our attention to the Hurling Championship draws for 2023 and change in personnel. We're joined by Frank Reedy, who's the Vice Chair of Limerick County Board and the Chairman of the CCCC here in Limerick. Evening to you, Frank.
Good evening, Liam. Thanks.
Looking forward to Club Championship 2023, but you want to mention all our sponsors.
Very much so. I think we're looking forward to a very good championship. The championships in Limerick have really increased enormously in the last number of years with the success of Limerick, and I think we're really on a crest of a wave with hurling, and starting our hurling match tomorrow night in Cork. So I think we really are looking forward to a very good championship, and I would like to acknowledge the sponsors of the championship, because without the sponsors we just wouldn't be able to survive, and I would like people out there to support our sponsors. And for the Senior Hurling, Bon Secures Hospital, we'd like to Lions of Limerick for the Premier Intermediate Hurling, for the Intermediate, Nick Green Sporting and Maintenance, and for the Junior, Woodlands House Hotel and Spa. So those sponsors are very much part of Limerick GAA and have been for a number of years, and we're deeply grateful to them, and we ask the people to support them.
Okay, well, let's get going, because we have a few draws to bring you this evening. The first one is the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Hurling Championship. Slightly complicated draw, but we'll explain it as we go. We have a number of seedings here. The first lot of seedings are the 4 teams the beaten semi-finalists last year, the semi-finalists of last year, and the team relegated. So Caherline relegated from intermediate are number 6. Drumcolliher Broadford, last year's beaten finalists, are number 11. Killeedy, last year's beaten semi-finalists, are 14. And Patrickswell, semi-finalists last year, number 19. So off we go, so Frank, to Group 1. Here we go.
Number 19.
Patrickswell. So they're the first team to go to Group 1. So let's see now who will go to Group 2.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Caherline. So Patrickswell in Group 1, Caherline in Group 2. Group 3.
Number 14.
Is Killeedy. So Killeedy go to Group 3. Next team will go to Group 4.
11.
Drumcolliher Broadford. So far we have Patrickswell in Group 1, Caherline in Group 2, Killeedy in Group 3, and Drumbroadford in Group 4. So our next lot of seedings are last year's beaten quarter finalists. So Castletown Ballyagran are number 7, Cricora are number 9, Doon are number 10, and Kilteely Drumkeen are number 15. So away we go.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Kilteely Drumkeen. So Patrickswell and Kilteely Drumkeen in Group 1. In Group 2.
Number 9.
Number 9, Cricora. So Caherline and Cricora are so far in Group 2. Next team will go to Group 3.
Number 7.
Number 7, Castletown Ballyagran. So Castletown Ballyagran and Killeedy. And our final team go to Group 4.
Is number 10.
Number 10, Doon. So Doon and Drumcolliher Broadford. So let's have a look so far. Patrickswell and Kilteely Drumkeen in Group 1. Caherline and Cricora Manister in Group 2. In Group 3, we have Killeedy and Castletown Ballyagran. And Group 4 is Drumcolliher Broadford and Doon. Our next set of seedings are our West teams. Our 6 remaining West teams now go into the drum. So Askeaton are number 2. Number 12 are Fina Kilmeedy. 20 is Rathkeel. 23 Tempnaglanton. And 24 Tournafulla. So first team out will go to Group 1.
Number 2.
Number 2, Askeaton will join Patrickswell and Kilteely Drumkeen in Group 1. Group 2.
24.
Tournafulla. So Tournafulla, Caherline and Cricora are in Group 2. Next team will go to Group 3.
Number 12.
Number 12, Fina Kilmeedy. Nice tasty derby there. Fina Kilmeedy, Castletown Ballyagran and Killeedy.
Number 20.
Number 20, Rathkeel. So Rathkeel join Drumcolliher Broadford and Doon in Group 4. Our next team out, we'll go back to Group 1.
Is 16.
16 is Monaghay. So Patrickswell, Kilteely Drumkeen, Askeaton and Monaghay. And our final West team
is 23.
Tempnaglanton. So they join Caherline, Cricora, Tournafulla and Tempnaglanton. Tournafulla and Glanton, 2 local neighbours. So there's Group 1, Patrickswell, Kilteely Drumkeen, Askeaton and Monaghay. Group 2, Caherline, Cricora, Manister, Tournafulla, Tempnaglanton. Group 3, Killeedy, Castletown Ballyagran, Fina Kilmeedy. And Group 4, Drumcolliher Broadford, Doon and Rathkeel. Now, our remaining teams head into the drum. So they are Ahan number 1, Ballybrick and Bohermore number 3, Blackrock number 4, Bruff number 5, Claughaun number 8, 13 is Garrisballan, 17 Mungret, 18 All Christians, 21 St. Patrick's and 22 Staker Wallace. So next team out will go to Group 3, Frank.
Number 1.
Number 1, top of the house, Ahan. So Ahan join Killeedy, Castletown Ballyagran, Fina Kilmeedy and Ahan. Next team will go to Group 4.
17.
17 is Mungret. So Mungret are in Group 4. Next team out will go back to Group 1.
22.
22 is Staker Wallace. Patrickswell, Kilteely, Drumkeen, Askeaton, Monaghay and Staker Wallace. Next team to Group 2.
1-3.
1 and 3, 13. Garrisballan. So Garrisballan join Caherline, Cricora, Manister, Tournafulla, Tempnaglanton and Garrisballan in Group 2. Group 3 next.
18.
18 is Old Christians. So Old Christians, Killeedy, Castletown, Ballyagran, Fina Kilmeedy, Ahan and Old Christians. Next team to Group 4.
Number 5.
Ivarucuig, Bruff. So Bruff go to Group 4. Drumculloher, Broadford, Doon, Rathkeel, Mungret and Bruff. Final team then for Group 1.
3.
Number 3, Ballybricken, Bohermore. So Ballybricken, Bohermore, complete Group 1. So that's Patrickswell, Kilteely, Drumkeen, Askeaton, Monaghay, Staker Wallace and Ballybricken, Bohermore. Next team to Group 2.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Claghon. So Claghon go to Group 2. So Caherline, Cricora Manister, Tournafulla, Timpnaglanton, Garrisplan and Claghon are in Group 2.
21.
21 is St. Patrick's. So St. Patrick's join Killeedy, Castletown, Ballyagran, Fina Kilmeedy, Ahan and Old Christians and St. Patrick's in Group 3. And finally, the final ball, if all is right.
Number 4.
Number 4, Ivercahar, Blackrock. So Blackrock complete the draw for the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Hurling Championship. And let's see the groups then. Group 1, Patrickswell, Kilteely, Drumkeen, Askeaton, Monaghay, Staker Wallace and Ballybricken, Bohermore. Group 2, Caherline, Cricora Manister, Tournafulla, Timpnaglanton, Garrisplan and Claghon. Group 3 then will see Killeedy, Castletown, Ballyagran, Fina Kilmeedy, Ahan, Old Christians and St. Patrick's. And finally Group 4, Drumculloher, Broadford, Doon, Rathkeel, Mungret, Bruff and Blackrock. So that completes the draw for the Woodlands House Hotel County Junior A Hurling Championship. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Nick Green Sports Ground Maintenance Intermediate Championship draw. Now you're welcome back as we're about to head on to the Nick Green Sports Ground Maintenance County Intermediate Hurling Championship. So here we have 12 teams, 2 groups of 6. We've 4 seeded teams. Croke Kilfinny, last year's beaten finalists, are number 2. Ballingarry, last year's beaten semi-finalists, are 5. Pallasgreen, last year's beaten semi-finalists, are 11. And Knockany, who were relegated last year, are number 9. So away we go. First team out to Group 1.
11.
11, Pallasgreen are in Group 1. Next team out, go to Group 2.
9.
9, Knockany, looking to bounce back, no doubt. Go to Group 2. Next team out.
Number 2.
Croke Kilfinny, last year's beaten finalists. Join Pallasgreen in Group 1. Next team
Number
out.
5.
Number 5 are Ballingarry. So the remaining 8 teams will now head into the drum. So let's have a look so far. Group 1, Pallasgreen and Croke Kilfinny, and Group 2, Knockany and Ballingarry. So our 8 remaining teams are as follows. Brewery will be number 1, Cromer number 3, Fiohana are 4, Hospital Herbertstown are 6, Kilmallock are 7, Knockaderry are 8, 10 is Maru Boher, and 12 are St. Kieran's. So there are numbers to watch out for. Here we go. First team out, Frank, to join Pallasgreen and Croke Kilfinny.
Number 6.
Number 6, Hospital Herbertstown. Next team out will join Knockany and Ballingarry in Group 2.
Number 3.
3, Croom. So Knockany, I should say, Ballingarry and Croom in Group 3. Group 2.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Brewery. So Pallasgreen, Croke Kilfinny, Hospital Herbertstown and Brewery in Group 1. Next team to Group 2.
Number 12.
Number 12, St. Kieran's, promoted from junior last year, will join Knockany, Ballingarry and Croom in Group 2.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Kilmallock. So Kilmallock are in Group 1 alongside Pallasgreen, Croke Kilfinny, Hospital Herbertstown and Brewery. Next team out to Group 2.
Number 10.
Number 10, Maru Boher. So Knockany, Ballingarry, Croom, St. Kieran's and Maru Boher. Our penultimate team in the drum.
Number 8.
Number 8, Knockaderry. So Knockaderry go to Group 1 to join Pallasgreen, Croke Kilfinny, Hospital Herbertstown Brewery and Kilmallock. And our final team, Frank.
My own club.
Should be
Number 4.
Fiona. We'll go to Group 2 of the championship. So let's have a review then of the two groups. Palace Green, Croke Kilfinney, Hospital Herbertstown, Brewery, Kilmallock and Knockaderry are Group 1. And Group 2, Knockany, Granaballingarry, Croom, St. Kieran's, Maru Boher and Fiona. We'll be back in just a moment with the Lions of Limerick Premier Intermediate Championship. Now we're back for the Lions of Limerick County Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship. This is just a straightforward group. There is one group, 8 teams in it, and what we're drawing here is to decide the matrix of the fixtures. So 1 to 8, Blackrock will be 1, Bruff will be 2, Cappamore are 3, Drummond-Athlack are 4, Effin are 5, Glenrue are 6, Napearshig are 7, and Newcastle West are 8. And the way it'll work is 1 will play 2, 3 will play 4, 5 will play 6, 7 will play 8 in the opening round, and the championship varies from there. So, Frank, just to decide who plays who in the opening round, I suppose.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Glenrue. So their opponents in the opening round will be?
Number 7.
Number 7, Napearshig. So Glenrue and Napearshig in the opening round. Next team out?
Number 2
is Bruff. And they will face
number 3,
Cappamore in the opening round. So Glenrue versus Napearshig, Bruff versus Cappamore. Next out,
number 5.
Number 5, Effin will face
number 8,
Newcastle West. So Effin and Newcastle West in round 1. And the final tie then, Frank?
Number 4.
Number 4 is Drummond-Athlack.
And number 1,
Blackrock. So just to confirm that again, as I say, number 1, Glenrue. Glenrue versus Napearshig in the opening round. 1 Glenrue, 2 Napearshig. Bruff will be team number 3. They'll place Cappamore in the opening round. Cappamore team 4. Effin are team 5 versus Newcastle West, who are team 6. Drummond-Athlack will be team 7 and Blackrock will be 8. Drummond-Athlack and Blackrock will meet in the opening round and the matrix will be circulated from there. So they're the numbers of the teams. Our next draw will be the Bon Secours County Senior Hurling Championship Group 1 and Group 2 for the same matrix figures, and we'll have that in just a second. Now you're welcome back for our final draws of the night, which is the Bon Secours County Senior Hurling Championship draw. And again, we have Group 2 and Group 1. We're going to start with Group 2. The numbers here are Adair are number 1, Ballybrown are 2, Garrisblan are 3, Monaleen are 4, Mungret are 5, and South Liberties are 6. The idea of this is again for the matrix. 1 will play 2, 3 will play 4, 5 will play 6 in the opening round, and the matrix will cover itself from there. So this is Group 2 of the Bon Secours County Senior Hurling Championship.
Number
First
1
team out are number 1. So Adair will be the number 1 team there in Group 2. So they will face who in the opening round?
Number 3.
Number 3, Garrisblan. So Adair, Garrisblan in the opening round in Group 2. Next team out will be the third team.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Mungret. So Mungret are the third team in it, and they will face
number 6.
Number 6, South Liberties. So Mungret and South Liberties in the opening round. And our final 2 then?
Number 4.
Number 4, Monaleen, promoted of course this year to the senior ranks. And they will face who in the opening round, Frank?
Number 2.
Number 2, Ballybrown. So just to run through those again. So team number 1 will be Adair. They'll face Garrisblan in the opening round. Team 3 are Mungret. They'll face South Liberties, who are team 4. And Monaleen will be team 5. And Ballybrown will be team 6. And Monaleen and Ballybrown will meet in the opening round. So now we'll move to Group 1 of the Senior Championship. And again, it's the exact same matrix system. Teams numbered as follows. Number 1 are Ahan, 2 are Doon, 3 Kildimo Pallaskenry, promoted to the Group 1 of the Senior Championship for next year. 4 are Kilmallock, 5 Napearshig, and 6 Patrick's Well. So here we go. let's find out who's facing each other in the opening round of Group 1 of the Senior Hurling Championship.
Number 1.
Ahan will face
Number 3.
Kildimo Pallaskenry in the opening round, and Kildimo Pallaskenry will therefore be team number 2 in the championship.
Number 4.
Number 4, Kilmallock will be team 3 in the championship, and they will face who in the opening round?
Number 2.
Doon. So Kilmallock and Doon in the opening round, and Doon will be team number 4 through the championship matrix. Next team out.
Number 6.
Number 6, Patrick Swell. And that should leave us with
Number 5.
Napirsig. So Patrick Swell will face Napirsig in the opening round. So just to run through it again, you have Ahan, team number 1 will face Kildimo Pallaskenry, who will be team number 2. Kilmallock will be team number 3, will face Doon in the opening round. Doon are number 4. Patrick Swell will be team number 5 for the matrix, and they will face Napirsig, who will be team number 6 for the matrix through the championship. So that concludes our draws for this evening from the TUS Gaelic grounds. My thanks to Frank and to Wayne. Mike Reardon, the county secretary, oversaw all the draws to make sure all was okay as well. We got through it, thankfully, Frank.
And thanks for everyone here tonight, and wish Limerick the very best to look tomorrow.
We certainly do. And of course, the club championships will kick off around August, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Soon, to be confirmed. Yeah. With the split season, we'll wait and see. Plenty to look forward to for the championship, Club Championship 2023 from us all in the TUS Gaelic grounds tonight. Good night.
Thank you.